Buffalo Dam. It's pretty amazing, eh? It's quiet up here too, peaceful. Just little birds. That's it, that's the transport I've got. Transport. That's what I used to travel. I've been filed with the court. That means the one machine on the 5th month, 2018. So it's all been documented. There's no license. It's not registered. They've just been notified. It's on record. It's been filed with the court. It's been stamped with the court. And even when police pull you over and arrest you and bash you, take your car, when it comes to court, it leaves the magistrates sort of in a bind because it's on record. No one complained, no one wrote back, no one said you can't do it. So the charges that the police create don't go anywhere. They have to remain with the police. The police created the charge. So therefore, if they can't pass that charge on, conferring the debt onto some unsuspecting idiot or lunatic, then they have to do it themselves because they are the first lunatics, the first idiots. They're the ones that created the charge and didn't know what they were doing. It's not a state of Queensland or state of Victoria or state of New South Wales. It's got nothing to do with their state. However, it is on record with their state. It's just something that they can't use as a usufruct, I assume, as a usufruct. And I'm not on record because I don't hold the state birth certificate, which is the surname and the born date. I hold the Christian name only and the registration date. And when you give that, you get another birth certificate, which is in Queensland, it's called the certificate of birth. So when you hold that, you can't apply for licenses, you can't apply for anything because you are actually the equity. You still have directive power over the equity. You haven't registered it, put it on the files of their state, and then act as the debtor of your own equity. By holding the certificate of birth, you hold the birth of the equity account, where you still have the power of direction over that. And that's why, sure, I go through a lot of trouble, bashed and but that's what it takes to have some guts to make a stand in this world. You bow down and you become a slave, well then that is your choice. But the choice of getting out of being a slave takes a lot of knowledge, a lot of research, but it's something that you have to either do, or if you don't do and you remain a slave or a state citizen, then you've just got to abide by the rules of the state and always, well, plead guilty, as I do if I'm forced to act as a debtor. But there are rules, there's compensation, so if they want to force you to become a debtor, you have the right to notify them of the compensation that you'd like. But if you blindly go ahead and accept their paperwork, their documents, their legal titles, then, you know, you've only really got yourself to blame. You didn't do the work, you didn't read your Bible, So you become, in their eyes, the sinners, and the sinners have to be punished or controlled. And that's why the system works. I think there's always been a one world government. I think the Vatican has always really been the controller of it. It sort of allows governments to administer their own affairs to a degree. But the whole thing really boils down to a Christian Judea type system. One trust, it's a biblical trust. And that's the dark side of it all that you have to know. It's satanic. And people don't believe it, but it's a crazy system.